But let's do it. Let's jump back in. Alright, I'm gonna start off, and I'm gonna see if I can get all of the, little trophies out of here before we go kick Joker's butt. Get all the ones around here, because there's the one over here. Whee! There's more Joker teeth. Oh, yeah, let's do this. We got this. We're gonna get all the trophies. We're gonna kick Joker's butt, and it's gonna be absolutely fantastic. Ah, you fucking! Oh god! Fuck you! Stop it! God, that legit terrified me. Ah. Alright. It's down here. Any more, you fuckers? You stay over there. Alright. I swear, if you come over here, dude, it's not gonna be a fun time for you. Go, 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 go. Where he gets wise to it. Alright. So I think that for the most part, I know where I'm supposed to go. Shut up. Alright, so from north we have I'm gonna go get these ones, and then we'll I gotta get that one too. There's so many to get. Alright, I'm gonna put this place last. So we're gonna go this way, over here, back this way, and then come over here. We have a plan. Let's go knock out this other guy, because I know he's gonna come at me. Come here, buddy. Come here. Where'd he go? I don't like that he disappeared. There he is. Hey! Hey, loser! Nerd! Come on. Shut up! Fucker. There we go. And then come up here. Bust this fucker down. Get out of my way. Alright, can I jump this? I can. Nice. Look at that. I'm thinking for a while I want to try and do editing streams, because I used to love watching people do editing streams when I was younger. It's like one of my favorite streams to just put on and fall asleep to, because it was so just relaxed. So I figure I might start doing that now with, like, I got more Batman, and I'm hoping to get more Danganronpa and get close to finishing up, because I think we're almost done with that one. I would love to get through that and get on to the second one as much as I want to get in Arkham City for this, but I'm debating if I'll take a break from any of them when I'm done, just because I really would love to start playing some other games as well, so I don't get, like, burnt out. But I'm gonna see, I'm gonna see. Where the fuck is this? Oh, maybe it's over here. Let's check. This might be it. Yep, there it is. Alright, we got it. We got this. We fucking got this. Come on. There. Haha! Suck it. Now we just gotta go get our trophies. I don't want to be anywhere near Croc anymore. It fucking terrifies me. This is, like, the only one he absolutely scares the shit out of me in, either. Because in Arkham Origins, he's like, he's not that all that scary. He's kind of like a, I think, just built thug. Alright, so now we're looking for, I think there's, yeah, trophy in here. Aha! Fuck you. God, I am, like, I can just feel my body on edge right now, because I really don't want to be down here. Alright, so that's a trophy. I know he just dumped his ass in a hole, but I don't want to be around it. I don't want to be around that hole we dumped him in, because I don't imagine he's very happy about it. Alright. I hate how big this is. Like, look how big it is compared to me. My megalophobia is acting way up for this. Alright. Give me some, yeah, it's gonna be another one of these fuckers. I don't like being here, I don't like being here, I don't like fucking being here. Go, go, go. Alright, good. So that should beat the cave system. Awesome. Alright, so that's cave system done. Let's get the fuck. I could technically get back into intensive treatment from here. Fuck. Alright, let's do it. Get these while we're here. Let's see. Other Batman villains. Who else could be very horror-esque? I guess Mad Hatter could. Could definitely pull off like a horror.
Are you up to the challenge?
Yeah, I'm up to the damn challenge. Screw you. Riddler, I mean, the new Batman kind of portrayed him in a horror aspect. So yeah, I guess like technically any of his could be. There you go. There's that Riddle done. Penguin. I mean, I guess like the Batman, was it Batman Returns, the Tim Burton one, with the with our boy Penguin. So I mean, he was kind of a horror villain in that. I love having the Ultra Pack, like, just rip that shit down. So yeah, I guess it's another one. I think, like, any of his, I guess, in a sense, could be. Alright, dismiss.
Sitting in the darkness outside of his cell, I watched the crazed twitching, listened to the disgusting words that came from his mouth. How can I let a dirty animal like this live? He is the cancer I have sworn to protect the city from.
Alright. So yeah, I guess technically, like, you could make any of them, because I was really surprised that they kind of made the Riddler into one. So like I said, I've never, like, found him, like, he's not even particularly, like, my favorite kind of villain from the series. But they did a pretty good job making him kind of scary. Because I guess with, like, Gotham, you just turn anyone into, like, a really fucked up serial killer. And that's, like, terrifying in its own way. Let's see. Okay, this one. Who else? Firefly definitely could be a horror villain. Very, very easy horror villain right there. Sit here and think about all these now. Alright, alright, there's our box. Alright, be gone!
He's crazy, you know.
Who? Batman?
No, Santa Claus. Of course, Batman. Always Batman. I've seen it in his eyes. Screaming mad stalkers. And dishonest. Hiding his face behind a fright mask. Well, no masks for me. I have nothing to hide. I laugh at the cruel absurdity of the world. But Batman, he's got them all fooled. He's made them think he can make a difference, that he can actually make things better. And the joke of it is, they all believe it.
The police?
The police, the media, the frickin' junior rangers. Every last sack of walking meat in this urban cesspool. Listen, sweets. Batman knows we're all on the same funhouse slide into madness. Why won't he admit it? He's up there in his belfry laughing at us. And the real gag is, the miserable liar is allowed to run free while I'm in here.
That's really incisive.
Then you understand, don't you? You know why I do what I have to do. You know Gotham's only real savior is me.
And that's why Joker is terrifying. Because he's really good at manipulating the shit out of people. Alright, think that clears out this room. Yeah, no, Joker is legit, like, a really terrifying villain. I mean, of course you have, like, the OG one, which is, like, you know, Cesar Romero, like, very straight up, like, prankster goofy, which is kind of fun. But now you have, like, the modern day one, where you got, like, Heath Ledger, you got, I think it's Joaquin Phoenix is in the Joker movie, right? And, he's, like, just straight up manipulative. He's very good at pulling the strings on people, and, like, fucking rat. Scared me! You rat catcher around here? Yeah, like, his ability to do that shit is absolutely terrifying. And whether he's, like, deluded himself is also, I fucking hate whenever he does that in a room. Like, I know it's, like, his programming for the game, but, like, oh, hate it.
Can you defeat a mind such as mine?
Yeah, I can. I'm about to, bro. But, yeah. I don't know, like, how much of it he's convinced himself of. Yeah, like, whether he believes it or not is also something, like, I don't really know about him. Like, does he believe his own shit? Is he sniffing his own gas, so to speak? Like, that's the, like, I think it's what makes him both, like, an interesting villain and absolutely goddamn terrifying, is all that. It's also one of those things where, like, when people, like, if you're talking about, like, the Cesar Romero, like, OG one, like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I like him, because he's a funny character. It was easy, bro. It was up an event. Like, yeah, just, like, goofy prankster, being a nuisance kind of thing, kind of like that. Like, I kind of like that aspect of going back and watching the Adam West ones. It's like, it's so, you know, laid back. They're all just people, and it feels so goofy, you know? Versus, like, modern day, where it's like, these people are fucked up people who are absolutely doing horrible things. Like, Zaz is straight up just a serial killer with a really fucked up self-mutilating tendency. But, like, I think that's also why Batman's villains are so freaking awesome, is in, like, obviously not a glorifying sense, but in a sense of, these are interesting characters. Like, the reason that, like, you get a lot of people loving this series is, he is, like, all the characters are interesting, there we go. Like, it's just a cool, like, look at this stuff. That's why I especially love, like, the Ark, or not Ark, well, I love the Ark games, obviously, but the, animated series.
What? You're nearly done? Are you cheating? Looking them up on the internet? Tell me.
Let's see if I can knock this over. Get off! Maybe if I put it up this ramp. Hey, get back here. Yeah, I've always thought his villains were, like, really interesting, and I especially love the animated series for kind of giving us, like, these people may be fucked up, but, like, there's also, like, some sympathy to be had for people who, like, you know, obviously the ones who are just straight up evil is one thing, but the ones who are, like, I've been put in a situation based on society, like Mr. Freeze, or, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but, the girl who looks like Shirley Temple, where she's, like, a grown woman, but I think she's got, like, dwarfism, and so she's, like, really short, and so she looks like a kid. And so, like, it's led to her having, like, that character from, the Eternals in the Marvel movie, where it's just, like, you feel bad, because, like, this person is just forever seen as a kid, even though they've aged literally to the point where, like, they are an adult. But, like, no one takes them seriously because they look like a kid. I'm like, as we've seen from, like, the Harley Quinn show, like, the most shit she needs is she just kind of, like, needs some people to hang around with. And I kind of love that, you know, she definitely has, like, a fucked up person. Like, she very easily beats the shit out of people throughout that show. But, like, her also having friends is just, like, a good benefit for her. In here. Also, I will always love the extraness of Batman and his family. That he in this game will always put his little bat symbol on, and when you play the Harley Quinn DLC for Arkham City, Robin will put a little R. I'm trying to remember. There's like a couple who just straight up scribble it on and then blow it up.
Curse me for a fool. How could I not see it until now? The monster had a confederate. I hid in the darkness near his cell, and saw with my own eyes one of the doctors whispering to him. She looked at him through the transparent barrier with tenderness, with, dare I say, desire. My skin crawled with revulsion as she kissed the glass. Fighting the urge to dash the woman's head through the glass, I let her continue. The damnable clown might have shared secrets with her that would be useful once the mad dog has been executed. I'm sure the woman will reveal what she knows to me. If not willingly, then certainly under electronic persuasion. After that, a lobotomy, I think. Unfortunate for one so young. But her lust has put the reputation of Arkham at stake. Yes, a lobotomy. The very thing. There is no other way to ensure her silence in this regrettable matter.
So that's fucked up. And I think we all know who they're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, speaking on Harley in this game, I absolutely hate every time they call her dumb in these games. Because she's not. She's not dumb. She's a very smart. She literally has a doctorate character. Like, most of Batman's villains are not dumb. They just have, like, mental health stuff that they need help with. That doesn't make them dumb. I always kind of hate that portrayal sometimes. Especially I hate that it's only Harley. And I'm like, what the fuck? Harley's not dumb. Boop, boop. Going back to, like, oh, there it is, you motherfucker. Knew it was gonna be somewhere dumb. I kind of hate that they didn't include that in this game, but included in, like, every other later game. Is that, like, you can just snap them to you. So, yeah. I might just jump into Arkham City after this. Oh.
I got what you wanted.
You did? I mean, good. How did you smuggle it in? Actually, I don't want to know. So you ready to stop that evil, murdering bat once and for all?
Of course I am. He needs to pay for what he's done to you.
Give it here then, quickly.
Did she just give him a gun? I don't know how she got that in there now.
Come on, Doc. We've got ourselves a bat ticket.
Doc's outputting. Say hello to your new and improved Harley Quinn.
She had 11 interviews with him, and then she broke him out. Or 10. 10 interviews, and then they broke out. I will never call Harley dumb for getting involved with Joker. That's just, you know, how shit happens. That's one of the things I find, like, frustrating. It's like, no, she's not dumb for that. It's easy as hell to get conned into shit by people, especially if they're charismatic. And Joker, one thing I always give him is he's always a very, very charismatic dude. It's, like, part of the whole thing with Joker. He's, like, charismatic. He's able to, like, do all that kind of stuff. Like, it's an interesting thing. I think, like, most of the actors I've seen have done a really good job of portraying that, like, aspect of him. Because it's like, he'll use charismaticness, and then when that doesn't work, he goes to, like, scaring people with violence. Kind of like everything. Okay, so now let's get the fuck out of here. No, thank you, little insane guys. I also find Hugo Strange interesting. He does not get utilized a lot. I was shocked when he was, in the, Arkham City game. But I enjoy the aspects of him. I think he's an interesting character, because he's... Unlike Riddler, where, like, Riddler is, you know, not to say he isn't smart, but he's, like, very much trying to, like, he's got, like, such an inferiority complex, and, trying to, like, always make himself out to be more than he is, kind of stuff like that. Like, Hugo Strange is, like, legit and very intelligent, psychologically thinking man. I always find, like, characters with, like, that psych background to be especially, like, interesting, and I might just be from my own bias of being a psych major and, having a bachelor's in it. But I find, like, characters like Hugo, well, I guess it is Doctor Strange. Just a very different version of him, where instead of a medical doctor, he's a psychological one. I find it, like, very interesting that, like, there are some characters who have been able to, like, deduce Batman's identity throughout the years, and he is one of them.
Today I have another interview with Crane. I cannot say I am looking forward to it. I've been feeling anxious. I don't like to admit it, but I think he's getting to me.
How are you today?
I keep telling you, this is my session.
It was your session, Doctor, but not anymore.
Are you okay, Doc? I think... Yes,
Oh, he's fine. Just questioning his grip on reality. You should be doing the same any second.
Huh? Is that you? Wait, what are you doing? Get off of me. Help! I need help here! I can't breathe.
Like I said, you're all part of my experiment now.
Yeah, see? Perfect example. He found a way to, like, fuck with people's psychological shit. Controller, don't fuck up on me now. Controller, I need access! There we go. Yeah, I find that, like, the Dr. Crane and, Doctor Strange, in this universe, at least, to be very fascinating for the aspect of, like, you know, Hugo Strange was able to figure out Batman's identity through, like, psychological evaluation. And, Dr. Crane invents a very powerful, fear toxin, which I always find interesting as someone who has, like, a legit interest in, like, why fears exist and, like, how people overcome them, kind of stuff. Just not to the level of wanting to dump toxin into a room and watch people squirt. Yeah, I definitely don't think that's the level of psychological aspect I want to take. But I like those villains a lot. I think Scarecrow is one of my absolute favorites of the Batman villains because of that aspect. And then again with Hugo Strange, I like that he's like able to figure out Batman's identity because he put two and two together. And of course, I played this Spider-Man game, which I really want to try and find a way to emulate or put on here because I'd love to go back and actually, like, beat that game, because I got all the way up to the ending of that game. I got all the way to Doc Carnage, and then I was, like, too inept at video games at the time to beat it, and eventually gave up. But Raimi-based movie games, which I still love, like, the first one is, like, really fun. I love having Bruce Campbell as the the narrator for that game. I find that very fucking cool. That Sam Raimi's like, hey, Bruce, you wanna come be in this game? And Bruce said, yeah, all right. Just let me eat a sandwich in the middle of it, and while you're doing the training shit. I love it. What?
Asylum Interview 1. My experiment is underway. Working alone, I have created my ultimate fear gas. Its potency, a revelation. They're all over me! Please, Daddy. Don't do it! Good boy. I have pumped enough gas into the medical center to break 100 minds. It should only be a matter of time before... What? Give it up. Now! How are you still standing? How come it's not affecting you? Who says it's not? I knew it. What was it like? What have you seen? Officer Cash, get this formula to the air conditioning system now. You failed, Crane. Again. I've been working with Dr. Kellogg in creating an antidote to the toxins in your cologne. He fooled you, Crane. How does that make you feel? Threatened? Humiliated? Scared?
And that's the aspect of Batman I love, when he's, like, not afraid to kind of, like, do shit. I love, what I wanted to get into with, like, talking about my favorite characters growing up. Like, I love Batman. I think he's a cool-ass character. Not to say I don't take issues with him. He is a very rich man who thinks the best way to help people is to dress up as a bat and beat the shit out of him. But, and again, he's a comic book character. So, like, as long as people, like, I'm always of mind, as long as people understand that and are willing to be like, oh yeah, like, do not become a vigilante, but, like, hey, if you want to think of, like, the character as a cool character, especially when he's doing, like, fuck you, when he's, like,
Do you like riddles, Batman?
shut up, I'm so ready to beat your ass, so you can just shut up, you know, like, obviously, if this makes you think, like, I'm gonna be a vigilante, maybe not, like, as a character of, like, you know, I think I like him the best when he's, like, with the family, when he kind of realizes he doesn't have to do everything alone. I'm always a fan of those arcs, is, like, seeing a character, like, realize that, because that's kind of an arc I've had to go through myself. I used to be, like, a very, like, I'm gonna do everything by myself. I still have struggles with that. So, like, I relate to them in that sense. Like, I don't want to put anyone else in danger. I won't put this burden on anyone else, all that kind of shit. I think that's why I really like that. But I especially love the family arcs. Like the new, the Wayne family ones. The Wayne Family Adventure on Webtoon is such a cute comic, and I love the shit out of it. It's adorable. It's, like, got growth for the characters, which I think is, you know, great. Go. I was, like, trying to remember, I'm like, why is there nothing in this room? There we go. Here we go. Look at it. Buff. First gaining fame as a psychiatrist who declared that he fully analyzed the Dark Knight from afar, Professor Hugo Strange lent credence to his own claims by deducing Batman's true identity as Bruce Wayne. However, his interest in the Batman turned into a deranged obsession. He's used his medical expertise to hatch a series of bizarre plots based around genetics and mind control in order to defeat the Batman and possibly take his place. Strange's fragile mental state has left him with intermittent knowledge of Batman's true identity, a fact that hangs over Bruce Wayne's head, for if Strange ever snaps completely, Batman's greatest secret might be revealed. Again, terrifying character. Alright, let's just go fuck up some teeth. Batman's tendency can push people too far. Really? Fuck. Alright, good. Now for the satisfying. Done. Good. Alright. Do we have much left in the Botanical Gardens? Alright. Right, because we didn't have everything yet. Alright, so we gotta go back to Botanical Gardens. Okay. Yeah. I especially love Tim Drake. Being a bi person myself, I love that we got some representation with him. I think that's like just absolutely really cool. But I also find him as like a really cool character because he's the first one to seek out and be able to figure out Batman's identity and join him, I think, to my knowledge. Because Dick Grayson is brought on after the whichever version it is. It's usually like somehow his parents end up dead from a trapeze accident, usually incurred by like the mob or something, because they wouldn't like someone didn't take a bribe, usually something like that. Yeah, he I think, to my knowledge, like, he still has both his parents, or at least one of his parents. I don't think he's an orphan kid, but I don't know his backstory as well. I just know, I remember the fact that he is able to figure out who Batman is, and then, like, goes and finds him. I thought that was really cool. You know, he's a very smart guy. I like that aspect. I think he's a very interesting character. So yeah, Tim Drake, cool as fuck. And then Damian, and stuff like the guy Robbins. I wonder why this fucking plant's still here. I beat Poison Ivy. Why are you still here, plant? Go home. So I kind of find it interesting. You get two of the Robins, who like who had their own like back and forth with Batman, where they didn't want to go into like the stop it, that no killing rule. Like, they didn't fully agree with it, but they both like kind of went with it. And then Red Hood goes on to like straight up not give a shit and be an anti-hero. And I don't think Damian, to my knowledge, slides back to the whole assassin thing. I love...
Yet again, I found myself watching him. No one can provide a clue. He laughs in the face of those who try. Amadeus would not have let him live, and neither should I. One last sip of cognac, and I was ready.
Aha, so now we get a reveal that it's no longer Amadeus. It is someone else. Which I'm pretty sure most people can put it together, but... You know, develop this, like, family system that, like, helps each other. I love that aspect of the Bat family. I think that's why, like, I specifically, like, want more of that. Like, I don't mind building him up, like, you know, show him being the broody loner, and then, like, eventually coming to the realization he just can't keep doing that. You know, if he keeps doing this by himself, he's gonna end up killed, and then what? You know, then who's left to protect? I like that he's, you know, figured out, like, having this family means if something happens to him, he's got other people who can help out, who can make sure things are taken care of, as well as, like, who can just, like, help take care of him, and he can help take care of them, and there's, like, this bond that they all form, and it's such a cool aspect of Batman, and I really want more media to portray that aspect. So like I said, I get kind of disappointed when all we get is loner Bruce. Now that I enjoy aspects of that, I've loved the Batman movies so far. I just really want more of the you know, explore more sides of him, because he's not just this singular ideal character. He has grown and evolved throughout the years, and I just want to show more of that. You know, show me more of Bruce being a caring dude who, like, wants to protect people. You know, I think I like that with the new Batman with Robert Pattinson. I used to love watching the shit out of Teen Titans. It was absolutely one of my favorite shows. You know, you had Robin, who I knew from, like, the Batman stuff, but then you also had Starfire. I've always, like, loved her characterization. I think she's a cool-ass character. Raven, of course, you know, grew up with that, like, love for the cool, like, repressed, but, like, good friend goth girl. And then, of course, Cyborg and Beast Boy were, like, my two absolute faves in that show, because they had the best broship ever. And they were, like, always the best of friends. I loved Beast Boy's powers. I loved him as a character. I found him very good. I'm always a big fan of Greg Sipes voicing characters. I think his voice acting is very, very awesome. And Cyborg, I loved seeing his backstory. I loved when you got that, like, you know, he was just trying... shut up.
He watched as I entered the cell. He smiled as I showed him the knife. I told him how I will use it, how I will cleanse this city. And then... terror. I was paralyzed. I struggled. I screamed, but I was silent. The monster looked at me, expressionless. He ran my blade slowly across my forehead. A smile cracked across his horrible porcelain face, and I heard the filth fall from his mouth. He laughed and called me that horrible name.
Sharpie! Oh, God, I love getting these. Alright, I think that makes Botanical Garden 10. Awesome. Let's get the fuck out of here. So, yeah, so what I was saying, Cyborg. Definitely, like I said, Teen Titans in general are, like, my favorite growing up, but, like, him and Beast Boy were my absolute two favorite characters. I loved how goofy they were. I loved how much they, like, really bounced off each other. And I loved seeing Cyborg's backstory, you know, especially in that one where he's like, I was this football star, and I just, like, always want to be better and push myself. And now with these cybernetics, I can. I'm like, God, you know, I feel for this guy who's just, like, trying to improve himself and all that kind of stuff. You know, I love that aspect of when him and Starfire had that conversation talking about being called, you know, slurs, basically. Yeah, I thought that show was fucking amazing growing up. He pulled a Spider-Man for a second, just swung down. Yeah, I think the DC universe has some, like, really cool stuff, and it always kind of makes me disappointed that, like, the movies have kind of been so far. I think the Batman was a good step forward. I've not seen the Joker movie yet, nor have I seen Shazam, but I've heard both of those are pretty good, and I'll be loving to check them out sometime. Because, again, I grew up loving DC movies, or shows. And I watched the Christopher Reeve Jesus Christ. I watched the Tim Burton Batman movies. I watched Christopher Reeve's and the Superman movie. It's like I've always had a love for those. And so, like, seeing the DCU as it is now with, like, you know, we have the good Batman movie, and I've heard Shazam's really good, and I heard Aquaman was okay. You know, the first Wonder Woman was really fun. I think I've gotten... back to medical facility. Mansion's done, penitentiary.
Do you admit I am smarter than a bat?
Garden's done. Arkham West. So we just gotta finish Arkham West and the medical penitentiary, and we're done. Awesome! So we're gonna go back to Arkham North. We're gonna backtrack this way, because I don't want to get too close to the penitentiary and start anything yet. So we're almost there. It's only taken me about an hour and a half so far. God, I love playing this game, though. I'm so glad to come back into this, because I absolutely adore the shit out of this game. It's fun. I love the story. I like the way it, like, shows you all the aspects. You get to backtrack. As much as, like, the backtracking, like, annoys me at points, but I'm like, oh, I just want to get through here, especially with, like, some of the areas that, like, scare the shit out of me. Yeah, I think this game definitely has, especially, like, Arkham Asylum itself. It's definitely not my, like, most highest ranked of the Arkham games, but I give it so much credit for being the start of this, for getting a good-ass vibe. Like, the vibe of this game is very spooky, and I always appreciate that aspect, that it's... Look at that! Look what's waiting for us! I love that we get that. One tap. I'm also loving the stream where I get to just ramble on about my favorite DC characters. I definitely want to play more of these. I definitely want a good Superman game one of these days. I think Arkham City is still my favorite of the series. Next to probably Arkham Knight. And that my only bias for that is I absolutely love driving the Batmobile. It is one of the things when I heard they were doing that, I was so excited. Yay!
What? You destroyed them all, but that's impossible.
I hate that it was just one motherfucking tooth, like, shattering teeth that we missed. But hey, we're done. If I just looked around a little more carefully, we would have been done with this back when I did it a month ago. But... okay, except for this one. Okay, cool. I know, exactly. Now we have our line launcher, and we can get through here. Shut this fuck off. Alright. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear, dude.
It must have been Crane. Another one who doesn't deserve to live.
Yeah, I know you. Last time we
Why
talked,
do
you were
these
saying
people
the stuff wasn't going
thrive on
super
chaos?
well. I'm sorry, the stuff hasn't
Joker, in
improved so
particular,
far.
desired anarchy. And since his escape will no doubt wreak it upon my city, I feel
I do
this
hope
is
things
the
improve
end
soon, though.
for my diary. Joker will be recaptured. My story will be told. I am not afraid. If Arkham becomes my cell, then I will know I did my best. I will be remembered.
Bah! Rip down the fucking wall! Zoom across. Take out this. Take that. We're almost fucking done here. Electricity. Where's my electricity vibe? There we go.
I'm losing patience.
We did it!
Must be.
Yeah, just sit back, relax. I hope you enjoy your time here. I'm just hoping for a good vibe, finish off these trophies, and we're gonna beat the game. Okay, nothing in there. But we got our trophy now. Hell yeah. Is that it? God damn it! Oh man. I hate panic attacks. I hope you're able to find a way to
That
help
one was
soothe them
impossible to
easier.
solve. How did you do it?
Alright, Prometheus. Dark reflection of Batman, Prometheus was raised by criminals who were gunned down by policemen right in front of him. Dedicating his life to destroying the law, Prometheus traveled the world and is trained in the ways of murder. Clad in an armored suit that maximizes his natural skills, he is a master assassin whose physical and mental abilities rival Batman's own. And we don't ever get to see him. Nothing utilizes him. I want him used. God damn it. Yeah. I hope you're able to find something like will help you out, BT, though. I really do, because panic attacks are no fun. I missed a damn trophy in here. That choose the last of the Arkham Scrolls. Yep. I have gotten all the trophies in them.
I am the spirit of Amadeus Arkham. Even though Amadeus had long since passed, his spirit lived on. surviving, moving through the walls of his asylum. When it chose me, I felt proud.
Alright.
I was honored to continue his work.
Yeah,
to
God, that
cleanse
sounds
this
horrible.
city.
Yeah, if you're able to find
you
some,
are
like, medication or something, though,
strong-willed
that would
enough
help.
To follow my tales.
That would be
You are strong-minded
really good. I hope
enough
something.
to
But yeah, that
deduce
sounds
my
horrible. I hope to just
identity.
give you
Come
some
and find me,
chance to like
friend.
chill out here and
Together,
maybe not have one while you're
we
sitting
will
here.
save
But
Gotham.
yeah, I wish the best for you, BT. And to the question of how, it took me a very long time, and it really developed my hatred of the Riddler. That is how I did that.
What? You did it? You must have cheated. There is no way you could have beaten me. Well, you asked for it, Batman. My final challenge for the whole of Gotham is just seconds away. What? Silence. The police. You cheated, Batman. You couldn't have outsmarted me. Please, open up! No. I said open the door, now! No! Down on the ground! Down on the ground! No! How did you work out where I